What's up, Sportman family? It's your boy Sparkman, and today we're talking more about this Kaiba briefcase. We've touched upon it on the past, but I wanted to come back to it because obviously people have started getting their briefcases, and people are excited, and every right to be, right? It's a really cool collective item, um, but I will still say that price point. Oh boy, that price point hurts, and especially in the aftermarket, which we're gonna take a look at. It's not a sight to see. It's not a sight to see. It gets worse. So obviously MSRP price was $399.99, but obviously it wasn't that price because you actually had to pay $100 for shipping. So technically this item was not really $400, right? It was $500. So or close to it, or what it was. Which is ridiculous. In my opinion, it's ridiculous. It is a collection piece, and it is a really cool collection piece. Is it worth $500? I just don't think so, and I still don't think so even to this point. Even the aftermarket of what it is, it's ridiculous. Like I said, we're going to take a look at it very soon, and it doesn't make any sense to me. And the one thing I'll say is that after seeing this product get open, it actually makes me feel like it's not even worth anywhere close to that 400 price point. That's just my opinion. Now you could be saying, "Oh well, you're broke, you can't afford it. That's why you're making this opinion." No, actually, I actually bought one of my own, but I actually bought a different one, not the TCG one. So we're gonna take a look really quickly at this. And again, this is not a biased opinion because you're probably gonna be like, "Oh, you didn't buy the TCG one, you bought the OCG one." No, it's not biased opinion. If you really take a look and very close look at the case between the TCG and OCG, you'll see a very big difference. But the aftermarket here is selling for about $900. You see one bid here. It's 0 bid so far, but 3 hours left to go at 800. A lot of these are selling for close to 800 to 900 to $1,000 in the aftermarket, which is kind of insane to me. And again, it didn't make sense at the 400 price point, which really was 500 with the shipping, and it still doesn't make sense at this price point, which is getting more ridiculous. I guess to each their own. If you're rich, if you got money, and you got money to spend, listen, do your thing. Go off, King. I'm not gonna tell you anything, but I think if we're looking at the game as a whole for many players, and who wanted this, who wanted to add this to the collection, and again, the game, it's a cost money thing, right? You gotta pay to play, right? You gotta pay to play. So if you want collective pieces stuff like this, you gotta pay for it. So that's the unfortunate part. But at the same time, that's why it's collective, right? Because only a few amount of people can actually afford to get these types of things. So that's what makes it a more collection piece as well. But for a collection piece, you want it more of a high standard. I just don't think this was all it, right? In terms of certain things, right? Let's touch on that. But we're looking at the OCG. OCG's briefcase is selling for about $300, $311, but probably with tax and everything, it's probably hitting around $340. $340 is what you're hitting at, right? So these are sealed OCG ones. And you can see there's more selling here. $311 right here if anyone wants to buy. Almost gone, by the way, but I would try to get your hands on that one. So this is what the TCG one looks like. And shout out to Strictly Sealed. Showing off these amazing briefcases. So we look at the TCG one. And I think this is where you lost me. And there's another part is where you lost me as well. But these cards, these Blue Eyes cards in this briefcase, do not look that great. They look like newer version cards. Yes, it has that OCG stock that makes it that appeal of like, ooh, it's a nicer feel, everything like that. But it's not a collection piece to say to get the OG fan into it. This is a newer looking version of a Blue Eyes card, right? It doesn't have that crisp, really like, I don't know, like more of a clear texture around the card. It's the newer version type of color, which I'm not a fan of, to be honest with you. I'm an OG guy. I've grown up on the OG game since I was 4 or 5 years old. So these don't really hit home to me. And if you're selling a Kaiba briefcase, you're expecting that more clear kind of color to the Yu-Gi-Oh card. And this wasn't it. Obviously the briefcase is nice, but you could buy the briefcase for $125 on eBay. So you know, I think this is what you're pretty much buying. You're buying this, and you're buying, I believe, the sealed deck, and then I think the quarter century, right? So that's really what you're buying into this. So when you look at the quarter century card, ooh, almost threw out my mic. When you look at the quarter century card, where is it? Where does he show it off? Right here. Okay, right here. Right, the quarter century card right here. Again, this is not the OG Blue Eyes. This is the other alternate art of Blue Eyes. I'm not sold on this. I'm just not. And yes, it's cool. Quarter Century Secret Rare for this. I mean, awesome. If you liked it, I mean, good for you. But again, this is an OG type of product in a way, because this was a briefcase shown in the anime with, you know, that original color art of everything. You would think that's the Blue Eyes they're gonna go for with every art in this briefcase. No, they went for this art for some weird reason. And no, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. If I paid $400, $500 for this, no, I would have been really upset personally. Now, I think, you know, if you bought it and you're happy with it, kudos to you. I'm happy you like it. But, you know, again, like each their own, right? I'm just not sold on this one. And then we look at the OCG one, right? This is the OCG product. Yeah, the OCG didn't have a Quarter Century Secret Rare. I don't think it did. I don't think this one came with a Quarter Century Secret Rare. But look at this. Like, this looks fantastic. This looks like Yu-Gi-Oh! This looks like original Yu-Gi-Oh! Look at that color on the card, right? You can see the crisp colors. You can see the immaculate Secret Rare type of feel coming, drawing you to that card. And not to say the other one doesn't have a really cool Secret Rare, you know, drawing to that card, but this just, with the color and everything going on in this one, it looks so much nicer. Now, in my opinion, the prices for these cards in the aftermarket should be flipped. The TCG one should be around the $400 price point and stay there, while the OCG one should be at a higher price point. It's actually insane that this one is actually cheaper. Yeah, I know it's not English. I know it's not TCG. I know it's not our language here. But I'm not going to lie. Who the hell cares when you got a card that looks like that? That looks incredible. I'm in awe of what this looks like. The Japanese, they know how to do it well, man. They know how to do it well. Shout outs to them for putting out this type of artwork and display here, and selling this one in their briefcase, because I'm a fan. I actually bought this briefcase only last week because I was contemplating what should I do here. I mean, I obviously I'm not buying the $800 one, but I need this briefcase for my collection. And definitely, if you take a look at this, it looks much better. I didn't want to pay $300 even, because you know we're always trying to find deals here with Sparkman's channel. I actually bought it for, I think, what was it, $260, $250, and it was a sealed briefcase with everything inside. So I got it for a pretty good deal. So I'm pretty happy with that. But man, this looks so much better in my opinion. I mean, they just did it justice, a much cleaner job. And if you're looking to buy this briefcase, I think you should be buying the OCG one rather than the TCG. And yes, the TCG one has doubled in its price, but if you're a collector, if you're OG fan, if you like the game in terms of what it was back in the day, of this color, of what the card is supposed to look like, buy the OCG one. And I do feel like the OCG one is being very undervalued right now and overlooked. And I do think that this one is gonna topple the TCG price one day. And that's just my opinion. I mean, if you just look at it as a whole, this looks better. This looks much better. And yes, I know the TCG one comes with the Quarter Century Secret Rare, but again, it's not that Blue Eyes. That's Blue Eyes that we like. This artwork, right? I know some people like that artwork, and again, each their own. But if we're looking at the anime, if we're looking at the briefcase, if we're looking at everything and in total of what Yu-Gi-Oh was when it first came out in that briefcase, what the card looked like, this is what the card looked like. This is what it was in the briefcase. So I just think that the OCG one is going to be the one I choose, which I already did choose, but there's one you should choose as well if you're looking to pick up the briefcase. And at a cheaper price point, why wouldn't you at that point, right? So, yeah, that's just my take on it. Again, it is a very overpriced product in general. It is very, you have to have money. You have to have money to definitely buy these things. But if you do have the money, if you are looking to pick something up like this is the one to do it. And you can get it for a pretty good deal on eBay for that. I mean, For $300 even, that's not a bad price point comparing to what it came out and the price point it was holding at that point. So keep that all in mind, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Again, that's just my personal opinion. Don't start attacking me, but I would love to hear what you guys say in the comments down below and what your whole thoughts on this briefcase is. You think it's overlooked in terms of the OCG product? Is it being undervalued? Is this product even good? Is this product bad? Is this product even worth investing into? Is it a collection piece in general? Do you find it to be a product that you would pick up if it was a lower price point, or would you have picked it up, and or for those that picked it up, would you have bought it at a higher price point, I should say? So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Would love to hear what you got to say. From your Showy Sparkman, we'll catch you next one. Please subscribe and comment, and peace out, YouTube.
I give my all, hey, just to save you, I give all of me.